Greetings everyone and welcome back at last to City Skylines and of course to Aavakeen, where we have a fairly active little bus station down here supplying a number of buses all the way through Fairview Heights and also dealing with the industrial passengers for Crescent District and Sylvan Heights. But Crescent District is going to be getting a new name today. Yes, indeed, we've got a couple of suggestions, and as much as I loved some of the names that reference the fire, specifically Cindervale, such a beautiful suggestion, that one. But we're actually going to be going with Stardew Valley. I can't say no to that one. Come on, let's be realistic now. We cannot say no to that. In fact, I think Stardew Valley needs a couple more houses here and there. Honestly, let's go ahead and pop in one or two. Hither and yon, I think, would be wise. Let's get... you know what? Sure, you can actually have a big old house right there. You've already got enough there. You've got one there. That's fine. You've not really got one in here, though, do you? No. Perhaps we could have a little house there. Maybe a little one down here as well, actually. A couple of people work that particular farm, much the same way down here. Maybe we'll have a little wider house there. Do we want much on this side? Yeah, I think we could have possibly two right next to each other there. Maybe a little bit of a path going between them as well. Don't worry, this isn't going to be one of those episodes, as much as part of me wants it to be. We are going to be doing other stuff in today's episode as well. We'll have this one just curve out there a little bit. Something like that. That'll be fine. Alright, there we go. I'll let those go ahead and grow up. Now, the very first thing I want to do in this particular episode is deal with this, because this is such a big problem for us right now. Such a big problem. And the only real way I can think of to deal with it is to dramatically redesign this section. Now I'm thinking a roundabout may help. It's something I was thinking about just as I was wrapping up the last episode and looking for thumbnails, actually. But how are we going to do it? Let's actually pause this one, because we're going to be disrupting the traffic in a pretty major way. I'm afraid we're going to need to get rid of some of that as well. In fact, we're going to need to get rid of all of that. Right, I would like this to branch out. Well, we'll actually do something a little bit like this. So it's got a bit of a curve. There we go. Now, the roundabout itself. How are we doing these roundabouts? These are just regular lanes, I think. No, actually these are one-way. Yeah, they're one-way highways, so sure. We'll grab that. And let's set something up then. So we want a regular curve. We'll turn on all of the guides. And you know what? I think we need a little bit of a change of music. I've been thinking this for a while. Let's give classical another try. Ah, there we go. Marvelous, in fact. I approve. Right. We want this one to be... You know, we definitely want it to be 90. Can we get away with having it this large? I'm not sure. You're going to try and connect our road guidelines, aren't you? Yeah, that's not strictly what I wanted. Let me get rid of that again. There we go. So let's try this once more. It's 92. I want it to be oh, fine. We'll do this way then. Can I get this? Road length, grid, go away. I just want the actually road length I want. But I want it to be 90. Right there. There we go. There we are, and something similar up here. It's not perfect, and I'm not sure I could make it perfect even if I wanted to, but it will work. Hopefully it's gonna work. Now, this is a pretty sharp right angle straight in there, so perhaps we can tailor this a little bit more. Let's remove that, and instead have from here more or less straight down. Like so. And from here, straight up, perhaps? Can we get it to connect in some sort of fashion there? It's not great. This circle is becoming very uncircular. Okay, I think I'm done here. It should work, I'm hoping. The way that will, in some small capacity, solve this problem. That dip there is a bit of an issue, though, isn't it? Maybe we should resolve that. Let me just rise the land to meet this the traffic that's going to be along here. Let's go for a fairly wide brush, shall we? There we go. Something along these lines. Just level her out a little bit. There we go. That should work quite nicely, I think. We can just drop it a little bit there. There we are. This should now connect up quite pleasantly, I would hope. Right, there we go. Let's get a bit of a freeform curve. There we go. Oh, that looks much better now. That looks so much better. Okay, well, let's hope that this works the way I'm hoping it will. Because if it doesn't, then I've just spent an awful lot of time doing something that isn't actually going to help us out at all. Angle. No, I just wanted to follow the grid. There we go. That's perfect. Right. Let's unpause. And I must say, classical music definitely helped a little bit. Definitely helped a tad there. Ah, things were so hectic. I was struggling with the game a little bit. Move It mod will make things like this super easy. If you are playing on a PC, then know that you can get a mod that will allow you to avoid any kind of... for example, you set up a roundabout, you want it to be circular, and then you place a road and it's suddenly pulled out into more of an egg shape. You take away that road, the roundabout doesn't go back. Well, the Move It mod will allow you to just grab the node of a road and then just pull it to where you want to create the kind of angles that you want. This hasn't strictly helped, though, has it? No. Perhaps the problem lies in this particular little route here. Allowing people to take that turn, I wonder if maybe we might be able to improve that in some way. Alternatively, I mean, the bus wants to get up there. I wonder. Let's just watch this for a little while. We'll see how it goes. The bus is taking this turn. It's coming straight down there and around the roundabout. But really, does the bus need to? Might it not be a little bit better for the bus to head up there instead? Let's create a little bit of a path for it. That way we can avoid this. So let's get a straight line. Actually turn on all of the angles. There we go. Right down there. And then we'll have... Sure, we'll have this road connect up. I'm sorry. I know it sucks to lose your business to a road. But it has to happen. Let's go ahead and grab this. There we are. And then a curve up there. I had popped this in purely for the buses, but honestly, don't need it then. Let's be done with that. In fact, let's see how that's affected my bus routes. How are they? Oh my lord. That is an extremely convoluted path. I must... Ah, there we go. That's super better. Oh my lord. There we are. Okay, that looks a little bit better. We'll see if this is helping at all. It seems to be making a very slight improvement, but a lot of the traffic that's clogging this up is just traffic that wants to get over there. Oh dear, there's the police helicopter, I think, tending to some sort of crime scene. And we also saw a police vehicle around there. No, it's all cleared up now. I'm thinking we need some stronger roads through here, through the spine of Fairview to help with that. There are obviously other options for us as well. We can definitely look into those. A lot of people have been asking for us to check out the monorail or the tram. Now, I've had no experience with monorails whatsoever. I don't know how to make use of them. Monorail bus hub. How does that work then? So... let's have a quick look at this. A monorail station with a built-in bus stop, so passengers can easily switch between the two transport types. That actually might be quite useful. That might be very useful, in fact. Is there enough going on in Fairview Heights? Is there enough traffic? It's possibly enough. I was really hoping that the metro would take a lot of the cars off the street here, but it doesn't seem to be. Let me see if I can play around with the district's policies at all to try and alleviate that. Recycling, free public transport. I could push that though. Let's see, educational blimps. Let's not go that way. Helicopter priority. If there are emergencies on areas with this policy on the services, we'll always use helicopters instead of ground vehicles. Oh, okay, that's interesting. We've got... I think smoke detectors probably worth having, actually. In fact, definitely over here we need smoke detectors. So let's... have they already got smoke detectors? Yeah, they've already got smoke detectors. Never mind that. We could also have some recycling going on. That seems okay. It doesn't look like there's any particular thing I can do here. We are encouraging biking. We could put a ban on old styles of traffic, if there is in fact anything for that. Combustion engine ban. Only electric cars are allowed in the affected area, except for the residents, businesses, and city service vehicles. Please note that this policy takes some time to have an effect. Citizens with combustion engine vehicles will avoid the policy area, but if they have a destination within the area, they will travel to it. Yeah, we're actually going to implement that one. Hopefully we can reduce a little bit of the weight of traffic in there by doing that. Also, just notice we need to expand out our district down here as well. It's quite chilled out music. I'm really digging that, actually. Really digging it. Right, okay, so next things next. I want to get down some of the really nice buildings that we've got in here.
This is the classics, the city's #1 source for music older than the city itself.
I like it. I like it a lot. Right, what do we have? We can put down a couple of these ones. Statue of Industry, Statue of Wealth. We've got a friendly neighborhood park. That actually looks quite lovely. It cost me a little bit to run it, but I actually think that would be wonderful over here. Let's find a nice place to pop it. We could put it in here. We're going to lose a few buildings by doing so, though. We got a better place for that? Maybe a little one that we could just sneak it into around here. We'd lose quite a lot of buildings here as well. Though that being said, I actually think this position is really quite nice because we can draw some paths around, and I quite like the idea of that. There we are. We're really doubling down on all of the niceties in this particular area, and perhaps that's the wrong thing to do. But right, we want to turn all of these off. I would like to actually turn on a couple of these. Was there not a connection point that I could see there? Strange. But we'll place that in there. There we go. This park can connect straight down there now. I think that's actually quite nice. But we do want some others as well. We've got the Fountain of Life and Death. It's a grim sounding name, but quite a nice building. We've got various tourist attractions. We've got some really high-level things, and for example, Central Park as well. We've got some various assets. These come along with some of the DLC packs. Although it says modder packs, there are DLC that specifically have collections of curated modded work. We've got a fantastic fountain, very expensive. That would be lovely to place, but it's not something for us to place right now, I don't think. But hopefully that'll help out a little bit down there. Now let's have a look around the rest of the city. Oh, okay. You know what? This once I'll delete them for you. Oops, wrong one. There we go. A lot of people keep asking me to delete the buildings. I know they have an effect on the attractiveness of the area. This building apparently will demolish them, and they will also rebuild themselves simply when there's enough interest in that industry. And so generally I'm happier to let them do it themselves, though whilst there are abandoned buildings in an area, they will increase the crime rate as well. That's another thing to be aware of. Wow, we have so many abandoned buildings in here. More than likely due to a lack of workforce, I should imagine. And another one down there, maybe? Yes, maybe no? I can't work out where it is. Hopefully that... No, that was not the right one. Oh, where is the abandoned building? I can't tell. No, that one. No. You know what? I've got... Oh, it's that one. Oops. Yeah, my bad. However, I really hope you don't mind all of the sound of the fireworks going on outside. It's getting to that time, you know, Britain, November, close to the 5th. Fireworks are just a thing you have to get used to. Right, Well, I think we need to increase our taxes a tad. So, how about we look to expand our commercial districts a little bit? Now, we could definitely expand out a bit. We could have them moving along the line of the train line down here, actually, which would not be too bad of an idea. Let's swap this one out into... Yeah, we've got the right tool for this. Let's bring that down there. There we go. And then we can just branch out a little bit. Now, the reason why I prefer to have commercial near the train lines is because the commercial don't mind the noise as much as residential would, but we'll give you some nice roads at the very least. It's the least we can do considering you've basically... Well, you haven't... You've won the negative lottery as far as building placement goes. Though you don't like it, you don't mind it as much, it is still a less awesome place for you to have your businesses. So there we go. Right, there we are. We'll have to get some pipe works down here as well, naturally. Let's go for a little corner here. Something like that should do. And again, I do prefer to have trees that lack parking. Streets that lack parking for commercial areas. Just because it just seems incredibly congested when there's loads of cars on the side of the road all over the place. Even though it does make a lot of sense in a way. We will, however, allow you to have a little bit of parking in there. You can have this little area. You can get loads of cars today. In fact, we'll hook it up with a path just along here. There we go. That'll do. Right, let's start laying down some pipe works as well. Oh, this is a beautiful piece, I must say. I appreciate this music enormously. There we are. And that actually almost covered everything. We'll just have a little bit down there. There we go. Marvelous. So now all I need to do is add in a couple of extra roads. So we'll have... Yeah, we'll continue with the tree-lined roads going through there, though we'll switch to grass as we transition down here. There we go. And again, we'll have a couple of streets that are just kind of nestled in here where people can bring their cars and park. I wouldn't mind having something connecting up here as well, but this one will continue to turn up. No, we can't quite have it connect there, unfortunately. There we go. That'll do. Well, the fireworks display sounds extremely good. Damn! Why am I in here? Recording City Skylines. City Skylines, I need some fireworks to make me feel less like I'm missing out. Damn it. Right, let's go ahead and start filling these in then. We'll go with light commercial buildings around here, but along this area, I think we'll go with high density. In fact, we'll have a few high density spots following along. I'll actually only have 3 deep there. Same here. 4 deep there, but 3 deep along there just because I think it's going to look a bit better. And we'll fill out the spaces behind, like so. There we go. I think that will be fine. This should give quite a few shopping opportunities to those who live in Chestnut Park. There we go. Now, do we need any particular services down here? Fire seems okay. Headley seems pretty good as well. And I am really starting to feel bad about this. Like, enormously bad. I think we need an extra area. I'm actually going to pop that one right over here, I think. Let's pop you down about there. There we go. That should please you. And in fact, let's go ahead and pop one over here as well. Right there. There we go. That should help a fair old bit. I mean, we're still going to be, you know, only meeting half of the eligible, but still, that's going to be a start for now. Perhaps we could look into getting an Institute of Creative Arts. Well, actually, you know what? Let's get a regular high school, shall we? A regular high school down here. Where do we want to place this? I think Fairview Heights might be a good place for it, actually. Got quite a lot of families up here, so it does make sense. Oh, I can feel those fireworks in my feet. My lord. Let's see. We could do away with the road and have a high school in here instead. I think that might be a worthwhile thing to do. So let's get rid of this road as well. I know that we'll pause this for a moment just so that we don't lose all of the people who are living here. There we are. And then we can extend this road back down then. There we go. There we are. Should be okay. There we go. That'll help a little bit. It's actually helped quite a lot. The high schools have a very large capacity. But we do need a lot more elementary schools. That much is clear. Dot them around a little bit. Now this is going to compound the problem around these areas, but we'll see how it goes, because I felt awful for allowing our school system to lag behind as much as it has for as long as it has. Now then, some more shopping. Well, actually, we're not fully utilizing the shopping opportunities that we've got at the moment. So let's continue to expand out the areas down here instead. There we go. We are going to want to just push this back just a little bit. Oops, that is not quite what I wanted. Let's grab you and draw this out properly. There we go. Just along that street. There we are. And down. Perfect. I think that'll do well. Right. We'll have these houses right up to the train line. I know that, as I just mentioned, it isn't going to be the nicest place for someone to live, but I mean, some people won't mind it. And let's face it, the rent on an apartment that is right next to a train line is going to be super low. So, you know, there are pros and cons. People can make informed decisions on that one. We'll also give you some nicer streets as well. Sure, let's bring that out and sweep it down like this. There we go. Oh, that should be quite nice. We will pop in a street, though, so that people can park. There we go. Lovely. Right, so, starting off, we will continue to have high density around here, I think. Though, obviously, these are not going to be the highest of densities, because they're fairly small groups there. Okay, and we'll probably have... sure, let's have something stretching off in this direction, I think. So, something like that, meeting up with this road about there should do. And we can have a couple of shorter streets just kind of nestled in here. A couple more terraces, and these will be much smaller houses in there. I think that'll be lovely. Hopefully these are not all traffic lights. No, they are not. Good. Right, we are going to need the water to continue down and connect up over here. I totally did forget. I know, but I didn't forget for long, so that's an improvement, surely. There we are. And just get these built up there. Sure, we'll have two there, and we'll have a tiny little corner shop right there. And in fact, we'll have a tiny little corner shop down here as well. A slightly less tiny corner shop. I think that'll be fine. There we go. And over on this side, we will continue to have... yeah, sure. We'll have higher density just going around here. And the same down there. And I think that'll actually be a nice little built-up area there. Over here, though, do we want to continue? Yes, we do, actually. Let's just use a regular road and we come straight down. In fact, we can come down quite a ways down there. And just go across a little bit and we can hook this up. There we go. That actually works quite well. Let's get a couple of houses along here as well. Actually, I would like to change that road again, just so that people can park there. There we are. And sure, we'll get all of this built up. I would like some more commercial around there, though. I think that would help out a little bit. Alright, let's connect up and have this one follow the street. There we go. Marvellous. I've got to say, there is something quite fitting about classical music playing whilst there's fireworks going off. I find that extremely appropriate. Okay, so we've expanded these areas out quite a bit, actually. We are still wanting for more commercial, mostly. I think I'm going to give you some high-density commercial along these streets, though. So let's get that in position. There we are. And then we'll continue filling these out then with lower density commercial here and there. I'm not sure if we really need many more things in terms of services. I think that's actually doing quite well, though there are a lack of workers in our commercial districts. That's something I wasn't prepared for, frankly. Wow. Okay. How about we drop down some nicer buildings down here as well? Statue of Wealth. Yeah, that'll lift the spirits of my shops, I'm sure. Let's get you a Statue of Wealth, shall we? Right about there. Well, no, actually, I'm not going to put that there. Not right next to Chesson Park. Actually, a Fountain of Life and Death. A mall. Actually, the mall might not be too bad. Sure, okay, let's drag that street back. We'll have a mall go in there. Sure, there you go. That seems to have made people happy. Though it's going to have a lot of noise there. It's just the convenience of living next to a place with excellent shopping opportunities. That's just going to be the way that is. That should fill out down here. Let's just make sure it's all fleshed out properly. There we go. Actually, should I give... Yeah, we'll give a path for the mall to head out. So something about there, straight down. And this one can curve a little bit more. Oops. Doesn't seem to want to connect quite so well there. There we are. And we can drop down a couple of trees then as well. There we go. And actually, I quite like these trees. My lord, that's amazing. Let's have one of the gigantic trees right there. And then we can just dot a couple of bushes around the bottom like so. And again, just a couple of bushes following the line of the path. There we are. Marvellous. I like it a lot. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Our population is continuing on the up. We're doing well. I know that it looks like we're really struggling for money, but the fact of the matter is our city's our city's coffers continue to expand constantly. We're up to 5 million now. This is a trivial concern when we've got this awesome stadium constantly winning games and making us money. Also the concerts. In fact, I'm strongly considering building another. It'll add a lot more outgoings because this is probably easily one of the biggest expenses. But look at the amount of money they bring in. It's undeniable that this is worth the money for us. Let's reduce that down to 35 though. Let's get our tickets. Let's get more people coming in there. How are we doing down here? Fairly good. Everything seems to be going okay. Honestly, at this point, we really don't need to worry about the ticket prices there. I think we can pretty much get what we want. Should we put another stadium down? I wouldn't be tempted.
It sort of reminds me of the time I
was you can only get one.
Enjoying the sun and the trees, and
that's very interesting.
Good mood that I pulled out my phone and listened to the very track we just heard.
Could get a zoo. Yeah, let's get a zoo. It'll be over the... Well, do I want to put a zoo next to the train line? I don't, actually. I don't. I think it would be too upsetting for the animals. So, let's build out a road, because I would like a zoo for tourists. Let's build this out to about here. That'll do. And then we can have a little curve in this road to swing us down. Like so. And then we can connect back up. There we are. So we're going to have a zoo around here. Let's find the dirt path. Don't want traffic moving quickly around the zoo. And something like this will do. There we go. Something about there. Now, I am going to want a decent amount of commercial around this. Because obviously it's a zoo. It's going to make money. A lot of money. And we'll build that out there. And now I don't know exactly how big the zoo is going to be. It'll fit in there quite well, I think. We'll just pop it about there. It should be grand. It will, if I move just a little bit further up, it's probably going to catch them with a bit of noise pollution, but they're already used to it anyway. Right, okay, so this goes down in there. We are going to want a reasonable amount of commercial, but I don't want it to be high-rise commercial. In fact, I want to pop some paths around this, so let's make sure that that happens first. So, all the way up there. I don't mind these paths being... these sections being a bit taller buildings. As a general rule, I think that'll be fine. We'll connect up down there. We will also connect this down to the road. And down there as well. This will be a lovely little bit of a return to nature kind of area. There we go. And sure, we'll connect up down there. Oh, really? Did that not connect? There we go. That's a bit better. And naturally, down there as well. Though, at this point, I think a more of a paved path would make a bit more sense, running along there. There we are. I think that's going to be lovely. Right, we need to make sure that it has plenty of water. Naturally, it's a zoo. There we are. And then we just need to make sure that any commercial that do set up here also have a decent amount of water for them. This one's going to be a new district, though. We are going to want this district to be for tourism, I think. So, tourist focus on our commercial. Let's go ahead with that. Blob. And we can just refine her a little bit more. Over in the side. There we are. I've wanted to build a zoo for ages. I'm so glad that I'm finally doing it. There we are. I wanted to build one ever since I saw that there was one to build. I'd also like you to just kind of take that road back a little bit. There we go. That's good. Right. Okay. So the commercial specialization should be tourism specialization here. There we are. Also organic. Well, can I have both? No, I can't. Okay, that's a bit of a shame. Self-sufficient build. I mean, I don't think that's really going to affect this one, frankly, but we'll see. So, with all of that in place, let's go ahead and let the simulation run. Once again, we don't want particularly deeply expanded commercial right around the zoo. Like around here, we want to try and limit it a little bit. And then, yeah, sure, we'll allow it to be full wide around there. Definitely full wide down here as well. There we go. This should be quite lovely. We can't have the high density. As I recall, the sort of commercial that you can get in the leisure specialization do not allow for high density, which is a bit of a shame, that one, but oh well. Perhaps what we could do is just have that as the leisure specialization. You know what, actually, I do like that idea a little bit. Sure, let's do that. And so, yeah, we'll remove that cover of the district from here. We'll just allow this to be whatever it wants to be. There we are. Let's get in there nice and close and just tidy that up a little bit. There we go. In fact, let's shrink that right back to the road. So we'll have some hotels and anything else that might attract tourism there. And then around here, it'll be focused on actual, just basic commerce. So we can now go ahead and replace all of this. Let's get rid of you and replace it. There we are. There we go. That should actually build up quite nicely. Okay, how are we doing for living space? Not amazingly well, I'll be honest. I'm not... It's not particularly heavily built up, but that makes sense in this little area. On the whole, though, we are actually bringing in a decent amount of money, despite having only just built a fairly expensive building that is going to require ongoing upkeep. I think we could do with a few more taxis in the city though. So let's find a little area to pop down a new taxi depot. Then we can see how many taxis there are. There we go. Each taxi depot has 25 taxis, it seems. I'm going to put in some taxi ranks around here. Just here and there where I can. Put one there. We'll need a couple in this district, I would say. Let's find somewhere that it isn't going to impact too many large buildings if we can avoid it. And sure, we'll have a little taxi rank right there as well. And we definitely want one down by the zoo. That is a given. Pop you right there. Now, it does cause a bit of noise pollution, but it should be manageable for the most part. We are definitely going to have to bring that under bus coverage. That is a given. Should we go for perhaps a... You know what? The Paradox Plaza. Let's get you going. Let's find a place that we can pop you. Right there will do. There we go. That should help out a little bit. There we are. It's not a massive improvement, but you know, every little bit helps. We got anything else we want? We could have a basketball court. Perhaps we could get one around here somewhere. We might be able to fit one in right behind the mall. Not quite, unfortunately. How about down here then? We've taken out quite a few businesses there, but still, it'll give a bit of extra coverage, and the two overlapping zones there will improve it quite a lot. But we do need something around here, I would say. Small park that is not small in any way, but it is what I would like. We can find some that isn't going to lose too many buildings to it. Well, that is going to lose a lot, but damn it, we need one. There we go. I want my people to have lots of leisure time and leisure spaces. There we go. Let's keep our population happy. Then they won't notice how much of a bad job I'm doing. That would be a lot more funny if it wasn't actually how a lot of cities do their stuff. Oh my lord, that's a little bit grim. Okay, when did I ever become this person? Let's pop you over there to get you out a little bit. There we go. People are unhappy and then they're very happy again. Very well. But there we go. Got a couple of things going on. Let's actually zoom in and have a look at this. Operating normally, a modern zoo with facilities for various animals. Visitors last week 20, tourists last week 10. Well, that's fine. We should be seeing some more tourists flowing through. We need a couple of other tourist attraction-y buildings though. And see, I'm going to spend my entire life just deleting these buildings. I just need to let them deal with themselves, basically. The problem is that we're shrinking our industrial workforce quite aggressively every time we do this. This area though is looking quite nice. It's probably because it's such a beautiful area. Why wouldn't someone want to work here, frankly? It's called Stardew Valley. Who would not want to work in Stardew Valley? Right, I think that's going to be where we wrap this episode up though. We'll just prepare this area to receive some more. Actually, we'll just make a loop there. There we go. We'll have a bit of an expansion there. We definitely need to increase our population a bit more, I think. But on the whole, pretty happy with what we've done today. We've generally just gone around adding a couple of services. I think this has helped out a little bit. I'm certainly not seeing the massive queues that we often would see, but I'm not sure it's strictly resolved yet. But we can but hope. There we are. Let me just fix that because I don't want cars parking around here. That is not a good place to park your car. People, why? Why? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Oh my lord. There was even one parked there. Ah, derps. A lot of you. But with that, I think we're going to be wrapping things up. I am happy to have the zoo in. I would like to build Central Park, but I'm really not certain where I'm going to build Central Park. If we continue to expand out Chestnut Park around here to have a massive residential population, perhaps even filling in all of this with residential, then maybe we could have Central Park somewhere in the middle there to replace all of these beautiful trees that we're going to have to find a new home for. But that's going to be it. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone. And let me know what you think about the music. Should I keep it on this or should I go back to the other style?